Hi everyone, my name's Rhys Adnams and I'm the CEO and founder of Eaton Square. One of the sectors that we focus on a great deal across the world is the engineering and construction sector. And today I'm joined by Roger Collins-Woolcock and Warren Riddell, who are two leaders in our sector. Roger, we've been running some seminars with leaders from across the engineering sector. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the process that you've been running?
Yeah, thanks, Rhys. Look, we talk to the CEOs and the head of M&A of the major firms on a regular basis, but generally about a specific firm that we think that they might be interested in. This was a bit of a different process because they're such strange times that we're operating in. We thought we'd have a chat to each of the heads of the CEOs, the heads of M&A of the major firms, consulting firms around the world, and ask them to give us their perspective on the markets, what they're interested in relation to mergers and acquisitions, just so that we could be better placed, I guess, to look at what we want to do going forward.
Fantastic. And how many firms did you speak to?
We've spoken to over 10, and we've still got ongoing meetings over the next month or so. So we'll probably end up talking to sort of 15 to 20 firms.
That's great. And Warren, without giving away any confidences, of course, what are some of the findings that you've found from those conversations?
Well, thank you, Rhys. Yes, it was interesting actually. The key areas haven't changed from before the COVID crisis, and that they're all looking very deeply at areas of infrastructure, the whole supply chain of infrastructure related to transportation, energy resources, and even related to commodities and mining. So that hasn't changed. The geographies have changed though, and that they're really looking now at US, Canada, Australia, Western Europe. They're all hot areas for various reasons, but ostensibly around identifying business risk. Size is really important to them, and there is a sweet spot range between around about 100 to 500 professionals. Anything bigger tends to be a bit too risky in the current climate. Anything smaller than that, again, is seen to be a bit subscale and not really worth the effort of a transaction unless they're very specific in terms of what they're offering, and would give the buyer a real competitive edge. The other thing I think they all recognise is that due diligence will be probably a bit tougher, and that justification of forecasts will be looked at really deeply by investment committees in how do you project forward and what evidence have you used to support your forecast assumptions.
Excellent. Okay. And so, Roger, if I'm the owner of a firm that fits the criteria that Warren has just described, how do I find out more information about the seminars that we've been conducting?
Yeah, Rhys, we are running 1 hour seminars where Warren, myself, Mark Goodwin, will be sort of feeding back at a high level what we've learned from the major firms, but also talking more locally about what local firms are seeing in terms of business outlook, how they're operationally performing, what's changed and what they see, so that the leaders of those firms can feel comfortable to share amongst their peers about, I guess, how to best manage going forward. And I think there's a button that you can push if you're interested in going along to one of those seminars, and we'd love to have you along so we can learn and obviously share some of our findings as well.
Yeah, that's great. So as Roger mentioned, on the email that you would have received, there's a button that you can push to join any one of these seminars. They're scheduled over the next couple of weeks, where we can give you a guide as to what the biggest engineering firms in the world are looking at for acquisitions and how COVID is impacting their acquisition process. So we look forward to seeing you there. Thanks.